Hello, gamers and game enjoyers. Recently, I played through Super Mario Brothers, talked a little bit about that, but I decided to go ahead and move on to, since we've beaten that game already now, I decided to move on to Final Fantasy, which is one of my all-time favorites. First RPG game I've ever played. I probably played it, I don't know, 10 to 15, maybe even 20 times through different varieties, because it's literally been like remastered and redone, I think about 19 different times for different systems and everything. This is the first time, however, I'm going to be playing the Steam version, the Pixel Remastered. Now, you may ask, well, why don't you play the original NES version? I could, but you know, the NES version the original NES version anyway, had quite a lot of bugs in it. And I've also played it through dozens of times too. I'm kind of interested to see a kind of more modernized revamp of this old game. So I can kind of compare and contrast. As I play, you know, we'll talk about the differences that I notice here, because I played the original countless times, so I should be able to notice most of the differences. First thing I notice here is we got all kinds of little extra things here. I can even change the music to the original music if I felt like it, but we'll leave it as it is. So, we'll play for, I guess, about an hour. I'm hoping YouTube won't freak out about the length or size of that. I may have to play with the compression for the video or whatever, but yeah, we'll get to it. So, I'm going to go ahead and start a new game. We'll, like always, we'll talk about, you know, some of the historical contexts, you know, some little fact bites here and there, and then maybe some programming aspects, like how certain things can be done. All right, let's start with our party here. Now, let's see. I always like to have a warrior, so we'll call him, I guess, oh, I can't actually type with my keyboard. What's going on here? Let's see. Oh, there we go. It's working. All right. We'll call him Soren. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right. Now, there's a lot of different setups here for what you can choose. Warrior, Thief, Monk, Red Mage, White Mage, Black Mage. Same in the original, although the screen looked a little different. Warriors are kind of tanky guy. He can use swords, heavy armor, got a lot of health, can do a lot of damage with weapons. He's also fairly expensive because you have to buy all this equipment for him. A thief has kind of lighter equipment. He doesn't do quite as much damage, at least not initially. But he is the fastest person. So like if you need to flee or run, you know, he'll do it. And he becomes an actual ninja later in the game. Monk, I've always liked the monk. He has like no armor at all, but you don't have to buy any weapons for him either, so he's like really cheap to use. He grows pretty quickly, and later in the game when you can buff his like speed and attacks, he does an absolutely massive amount of damage. And again, you don't have to give him any weapons. And then you get your mages. Red is kind of like a hybrid of everything. You can use some low-tier black, low-tier white magic, and then even some like decent swords and attack and stuff like that. White mage, of course, is the healer, weak against everything else, and black mage uses a bunch of damaging magic. Very first time I've ever played, I played this game. I rented it from like a video store back in the day when video stores existed, and I almost beat it. And all I did was just basically just go with the basic party. Then I bought it. I've actually bought the game like several times, but I bought it and then I just made like 4 nights, which was a very expensive party, but it was actually relatively easy to kind of win. I don't generally like that kind of heavy. I'm gonna go black monk here. I think I'll leave it like that. White mage, black mage. So we'll go ahead and give everybody a name here. Yep, that's fine. We'll call you Light. And I'll just call you VV because you look like a VV. Alright, there we go. We got us some names. And I got a little party here. Now I'm going to have to spend a bit on the magic. In the original game, you had to buy all your magic. You don't learn it by level. And of course, you have to buy equipment for everybody and whatnot. I'll go with this party here. And we'll load in and see what the differences happen to be. Alright, we got a nice little cutscene going. Nice little effects you didn't see in the original. Actually, I think it just showed the text in the original, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember if it actually showed like all the different places. Okay. And the earth decayed. There it is. I'm pretty sure the story will be roughly the same. Graphics may be different. I'm probably pretty sure the systems will be a little bit upgraded. Music's definitely a lot different. They definitely upgraded that here. And we have crystals. Okay. They were actually orbs in the original. It became crystals, like I think in the second or third game or something. Alright, we're here. And they give us a little quick tutorial on how things work. Which I should... Hey, we can walk or run. Okay. I can turn encounters on and off. Why would you want to do that? Okay, well. Alright. Go. Now, let's talk about some changes that we've seen from the original, obviously. Well, obviously, we've got crystals instead of orbs here. We've got, some better upgraded graphics. Most of the status and things like that still kind of work. Now, let's talk about the game here before I get into too much depth. Most of it looks pretty similar so far. Game Final Fantasy was made in 1987 by a little company called Square. Now Square was actually kind of like a sub-company to this like power line company or something, like the dude's son was in charge of it. And a guy by the name of, I believe it's Hironobu Sakaguchi, was in college for computer science. He had decided to, make a little extra money, join this company, and they decided to make a couple of games. And then eventually they separated from the main company, became their own thing. A couple of years later, like I guess it would probably be in about 1983-ish, somewhere around in there. Well, he was there. He was actually put in charge of a couple of game projects as kind of a producer and such, and effectively actually published a couple of games. He had a couple that were actually fairly well thought of. I think one was called Death Trap, Rad Racer. He also made some sort of dating sim game, which is like one of the first dating sim games on the NES. But he did not want to make those games. He wasn't particularly interested in them. He was really interested in role-playing, RPGs. He was a big Dungeons and Dragons, wizardry, fan. And he wanted to make one of those games. But Square told him, absolutely not. No one's going to buy something like that. Stick to the action games. And He was obviously very grumpy about that. He wasn't enjoying himself, and he was kind of known to be somewhat difficult to work with because he wasn't enjoying what he was doing. Until 1986. That is the year Dragon Quest was released, and it became a big hit in Japan. So using that as kind of a jump-off point, he pushed for Square, hey, they did it, let me do it. And they said, all right, go ahead. But unfortunately, nobody wanted to work with the guy. So he only had like 3 people on his team, and I think they finally finished with 7. They made the entirety of this game in about a year, with 7 people. Now, future-wise, current Final Fantasy games, just to give you a little hint, take 5 to 7 years with hundreds of people to make. So, rewinding back, this literally took 7 people a year to build. And then, of course, these people did not completely know what they were doing. They were learning kind of as they were building, running into problems. You know, this dude hadn't even finished his, Sakaguchi hadn't even finished his college degree when he was put in charge of all this. So, they plugged along. Some people jumped on when they saw it was actually looking good. And it ended up with 7 total, like, working on it at the end. Now, there is a bit of a lore here. A lot of people say that it's called Final Fantasy because Square was going under basically. It was about to go bankrupt. And it's true that apparently they were really financially unstable. They produced a bunch of games that just didn't work very well. Actually, before Final Fantasy, they produced about 22 games. Well, Sakaguchi himself has said basically that's not completely true. They were in dire straits, but his game wasn't going to break them. It certainly helped save them, but he wanted it to be called Fighting Fantasy, but that was already trademarked. So he decided to go with Final Fantasy because he wanted the FF initials. And it would be his final game if it failed. He was going to go back to college. But as we can see, it did not fail. It actually worked out pretty well for him. And Squaresoft, well, now Square Enix. So there's your little lore drop for the Final Fantasy. At least for now. We'll cover some more stuff later, I'm sure. We got a knife. We got some clothes. Why do you have a staff? You're a black belt, man. You don't need a staff. It's a bit weird. Let's see here. Yeah, no change in damage. We'll just leave you blank. Alright, so let's go ahead and wander into the castle here. We got a little map in the upper right. That's kind of nice. Now, they don't tell you anything other than, you're the Warriors of Light, blah, 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 blah. So, oh, and I can sprint. That's cool. That's a good little effect. Alright, yo, what's up, man? Yes, they could be. Wants her sister. So do I. Alright, what you got there? I'll go check here. Alright, so far everything seems to be pretty much the same. Now, if I remember correctly, in the original game, there was like an invisible person wandering around here. And they don't seem to be here right now, I guess. I don't know if it was like an Easter egg or something, or they like malfunctioned. I'm not actually sure, but there was like a literal invisible person in this little area that would just talk to you. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and go up the stairs. I'll give you a little bit of information. That's nice. Okay. Garlic fled north. Alright, and here's where we get our first quest. Your Majesty, we cannot be certain that these are the warriors foretold by prophecy. Yet they stand before us with crystals. I cannot dismiss this as mere coincidence. Crystal bearers, there is a task I would ask of you. Will you rescue my daughter Sarah? Garland, a knight once in His Majesty's service, has abducted Princess Sarah. I ask for your aid in the name of His Majesty, the King of Cornelia. Garland has taken refuge in the Chaos Shrine, which lies to our north. Of course, we did attempt to save the princess ourselves, but Garland is the finest swordsman in the kingdom. We have none who can match him. I have heard you wish to journey to the continent to our north. The bridge leading north was lost long ago, making passage impossible. If you can rescue Sarah, I will have a bridge built as a token of my gratitude. Go now, warriors of light, and do not fail. Alright, well, excellent. Well, that's very useful to saving the princess, I think. Talk to the dancing girl. I gotta ask you, Mr. Chancellor, how do you know about this dancing girl thing? Like, it's kind of suspicious, man. What do you do with your free time? I'm not judging, but... Okay, I'm judging a little bit, but still. Let's go see what's up here. Hey, yo, oldie. Gramps, what's up? Your treasure room was sealed. I need a mystic key. Ah, yes. That good old chestnut. They do that in Dragon Quest as well. Where you have all these places locked by keys and you have to backtrack to go get them. Alright. And now we're here. Now, in the original game, let me check this out here. You can only save when you go, like, sleep at the end. And they've upgraded that, obviously, so you can kind of save anywhere in the overworld. There was a bit of a hack to get around that. If you bought some cabins, you could save anywhere in the overworld because it would automatically replenish your stuff. Hey, dancing girl, what's up? Didn't say anything. Oh, hey, it's the same. You're filthy. Wash up. Alright, let's see, we'll go to the little inn here. Now, in the previous game, you just walked in and you were basically at a screen where you could buy and sleep and stuff. You didn't actually have a place to walk into. Lectures on magic. Hear about monsters. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I'll be okay. Items. And equipment. Oh, I still have some tutorial people. 30 bucks. Nope, I'm good. Alright. We have a white mage and a black mage. So we need to get some magic. We need to get some weapons for everybody. Let's see what's in here. Oh, it's a little church. And I can't seem to go anywhere else. Kind of a pointless little addition. Okay, well that's fine. Right, there's our magic shops. Most of it's laid out pretty much the same way. Alright, so let's go check first. We'll go in here. Nunchucks. I am gonna get a sword. Wait, it's only 8 bucks, really? I recall that being a lot more expensive. Hammer. I'm on the fence about the nunchuck, actually. Oh, it's only 8 bucks. Let's go ahead. Now let's see how our equipment works here. Alright, now, the equipment seems to be well, let's just say a lot better than what it was originally. I'll do a little bit more damage for now. He'll upgrade as he levels up. And I guess you're fine with the staff, okay. Wait, there's something I gotta check here. Since we're in here, is there like, nope. I was hoping they might have added hidden items somewhere. Alright, let's go check some armor. Our tank's gotta be tanky, so give him some chainmail. Ooh, that's a little expensive, okay. Leather armor for my dude. Everybody else has got clothes, okay. Oh, it's a little mini map. That's different. Alright. And we have an optimal equipment screen. That's useful. Alright, so in the original game, you had basically one big blue screen, and everybody had like a couple of slots. I think it was something like 6 or 8 or something like that, to hold different equipment. And you could equip a weapon, a shield, something on your head, something on your body, and there was an arm slot too, kind of. So you could equip like 6 things depending on your class, maybe. So it's a lot better optimized here. Alright, what you got for me? Alright, we need Cure, obviously. Now, this looks pretty similar. You can only hold 3 spells of each rank. Raise allies' defense or raise their evasion. Let's go with defense, I guess. Alright, we should have enough to buy our black magic too. Fire, sleep, focus, thunder. Now, there was an interesting thing with the previous game. Some of the spells didn't actually work properly. Like, fire does do fire damage. Thunder does do thunder damage. But like lower enemies' evasion, I think actually raised it. And there was a spell called like Temper that like supposedly increased your damage that did nothing. So a lot of the spells in the original just didn't work. We're gonna get sleep because that's a little bit better. And I'll hit things eventually. So, alright, we are decked out and ready to go. Ready to go save princesses. I guess we could buy an item or two. And there's giving us a little lore bit for the future. Okay, sleeping bags, cottages. I can only afford 1 potion. Wait, but if I sell my clothes that I no longer need, and a staff, then I can buy 2 potions. There we go. Perfect. Alright. That kind of gets us set up and ready to move on. Let's take a little look. We've got a knife and potion. So now you have just one giant inventory. We had just an inventory for like potions and sleeping bags and like usable items and stuff. Now they've gone ahead and thrown in the weapons in that too. That's a lot nicer than the previous one. Now the magic looks exactly the same. I thought maybe they might upgrade it to the newer one, but no. A lot of the magic and characters in this game, Sakaguchi, I told you before, was really big into like RPGs and tabletop stuff, particularly Dungeons and Dragons. So if you note, like we have certain levels of spells, and you can cast them a certain number of times. So right now, oh, and I can forget, that's cool. I can cast Cure 2 times, and then basically I had to have no more cast. So he doesn't have magic points like you would see in the other games. Any modern game, or any game really, I guess 2 and on had magic points. So you only have a certain number of casts, and then as they level up, you know, those upgrade. And the same is going to be true for poor little BB here. He only gets 2 shots to use magic right now, but we'll upgrade that. That shouldn't be too big of a deal. Alright, so let's go kill something or 2, level up, and then we'll go ahead and finish this first little area here, I think. Probably should kill some little goblins here for a level or two. Alright. No need to waste any now. Alright, everybody do it. Go for it. Now there were a couple of the battle system like this was actually one of the first that was created like this. Like Dragon Quest originally was set with like you know, like you're over the shoulder, looking over the hero's shoulder, or facing the enemies directly. This is the first one that did it like a side by side. And if I'm not mistaken, I was kind of told that it was set up kind of like American football. You have a team on the left, a team on the right, and they kind of take turns going back and forth. That's kind of the inspiration for this whole battle aesthetic. The original one had also a very annoying thing. If I told everybody to attack one enemy and somebody killed it with a like critical hit, everybody else would still attack that empty space, and you would just get ineffective. Most annoying thing. In almost all of the upgraded version, they just redirect it to a new enemy, so it's kind of nice. There we go. That should be enough. Alright. Gain a little swing. And also, I believe they said intellect actually didn't affect your black magic. So a red mage and black mage, it doesn't matter. Aside from, like, they cast the same spell, they do about the same damage. Alright, we all leveled. Now let's take a look at my monk here. 19 attack, 14. Okay. In a couple of levels, that nunchuck will actually cripple his attack, so we kind of got to watch out for that. And now we get an extra cast. Perfect. So let's walk up here a little bit. And it did not heal us, but that's okay. We'll kill a couple more things, get to level 3, and then go to the big bad. Let's try attacking all the same spots. They should redirect. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, Dungeons & Dragons was a big kind of influence on Final Fantasy. In fact, there's a whole bunch of like enemy names that are Final Fantasy, not Final Fantasy, but Dungeons & Dragons names. In fact, I think the 4 Great Fiends all come from Dungeons & Dragons, if I'm not mistaken. They couldn't be too completely, like, I guess you can say, techy, because they didn't want to, like, trigger any copyrights. So a couple of things they did have to change a bit, but yeah, you can kind of clearly see, like the influence. A couple of you guys. You know, I think it's time to cast the spell here. Let's do this. Just to see how those work. Nice. I'm gonna go to sleep here. Heal up after I level, so. One more fight. Hey, our first wolf. Oh, that reminds me. I need to buy some antidotes. Poison is the worst thing in this game. There we go. There we go. my main dude. Too bad. And he's dumb as a brick, that's okay. Gain some agility and stamina, no strength. Alright, I think that's probably good enough for us to mosey on up. Let's take a little rest. Hey ho! Now, another little known fact. The Black Mage actually patterned after, I think, a character from He-Man. I think it was called Arco. He's like a little wizard guy. Save there. Alright, let's go. If you actually look it up, Arco from He-Man, he's orange, but like looks almost identical. Little auto bottle, that'll know, that's kind of nice. Although I fear my mage may start blasting some magic, but try to avoid that. Should be some like horse guys up here somewhere. Yeah, I think it's probably good enough. The Chaos Ride. Alright. And there should be a chest or two here, but some of these are locked. And I don't quite remember which ones are locked. I did not buy antidotes. Oh well. Alright, we'll double up here. Ow. Okay. Well. Oh no! Don't you dare kill my guy. I'm gonna tell you a pet peeve right now I have. My biggest pet peeve is someone dying and them being out of sync level-wise. Biggest pet peeve. Alright, that should prevent that. Woo, okay. That was kind of rough, actually. Maybe I should gain another level. Just to make sure. Let's see what auto battle does. Okay. Oh, you're using your magic. In the original, there were some like little nightmare horses up here, if I remember. I don't seem to be triggering any, but hey. Wolves, nightmare horses, and goblins. Alright, one more fight ought to be good enough. We'll take another little rest, buy some antidotes. Then we'll beat some people up. Let me see here. How about now? Not yet. You know, auto battle. Get. Don't run away. I need that experience, bro. What are you doing? Alright, one more time, but I think we got this. Alright, gain some strength. Now he's actually going to hit a little harder. That's good. 90 health. I gained. Oh, he gained some strength too. Good. I don't know what you're going to do with strength, but good for you. Intellect. I actually don't know if intellect does anything in this game. I know it did absolutely nothing in the first version of this game. Okay. Truck still is useful. Alright, let's go buy those antidotes before I forget. And then we'll go and beat some knight. Three ought to be good enough. Alright. Allow me to rest. Alright, so far so good. Enjoying the game. It's a nice nostalgia hit from way back when. The music's a bit different in some places. Graphics obviously different. Pretty much the structure is still the same. Whoa, what do we got here? Okay. Let's go for it. Hey. Sleep. One of the all-time, like, worthless spells, but except for, like, a couple of circumstances. Like this. And when we see some pirates later on. But otherwise completely useless, what I found. I don't know, there might be one or two bigger guys that can be hit with it. But I mean, if you're gonna cast a spell, fire or thunder would probably be better. Alright, let's go. This time we got you. Alright, let's make sure we do a little save in here. We'll just go straight for... I'm trying to remember which of these chests is open. I think there's like a cape in one of them or something. Let's go find out. Wow, okay. That's quite a lot of guys. 5. Whoa there, guys. Wow, light, dude. That extra strength is good. Alright. Okay. These guys are a little buffer than I would have hoped. Right. Perhaps die or something? Be very appreciative of that. Ow! Yeah. Why don't you attack the actual tank guy? I'm not sure if I can say it's worth it so far. Oh, I can even use items in battle. But don't you dare. You know, I may regret this. Probably should have gone straight to Garland instead of hunt for treasure, but hey, he levels up. 5 health. Oof. Okay, some stamina. He's a little smarter. He's twice as smart. Look at him. Oh, such sweet levels, man. Oh, I got the potions. You can get potions from these guys? Since when? I think that's a new addition. Alright, it was 15, now it's 16, so a few more levels, and I will probably have enough. Alright, just die. I knew it. So, a leather cap. Wait, it says wait on it. There's a wait? Doesn't seem to do anything. I wonder what the wait category is for. You know? Oh no, there he is. Just a green guy. He's poisonous in case you didn't know. There we go, Rose. Good job. Alright, I think a potion is in order for someone over here. I think that's mostly all I can get. Maybe I should dig my old strategy guide out and find out. Well, let's quick save. I may regret this, but let's go. Oh, it's spider. That's probably not a problem. Oh, definitely not a problem. Hello there, bro.
The king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine.
Yes, because that's exactly how that works, I guess. What's up, bro? How's it going?
Who's there? The king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? You really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well. I, Garland, will knock you all down.
Hey, they kept to knock you all down. That's kind of a meme back in the day. Alright. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to tour my main dude. And I'm going to thunder you, I guess. Ooh. 2 hits. 1 hit. Attack on attack, I'm going to cure you. And we'll try fire and see what it is. Alright. Roughly. And you're not undead, so we'll save that. Yeah, we'll hit thunder again. No, never mind. Great swordsman in all the kingdom. Wow. Kingdom of weaklings, more like. What's up there, lady? How's it going? Words could never be enough to thank you. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland. You must allow me to show you my gratitude. Please accompany me to Castle Cornelia. Alright, yeah, that. Direct teleport. Pretty sure there's one extra chest over there, but it'll probably be fine, right?
When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. The 4 crystals will never shine again. Now I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent to our north. Restoring light to those crystals is our only hope of ridding the world of the monsters which plague it. I will have the bridge built. Bridge to the north rebuilt as promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring light to the 4 crystals and to the world. Dun, dun, dun. Excellent. Hey, what's up?
This loot has been in the princesses of Cornelia, has been entrusted to princesses of Cornelia for generations. When you abducted me, Garland took the loot as well. I want you to have it. It may aid in your journey. Now I can become a super awesome musician. Still talking about that dancing girl. Man. Now everybody praises me, right? Alright, perfect. And I don't think I'm going to get any other treasure here, so... no sense talking to people. That invisible person just isn't here, I guess. I thought they might be, but... Alright, and we're going to have to take a little nap, I think. But first, the bridge. Orders from His Majesty. We're to do our part to fulfill Lucan's prophecy. Alright, put your back into it, come on. Alright. The four warriors of light are here. They're here in Cornelia. Yes. Yes, we are. Alright. I think that's pretty good. We'll take a little nap here. Juice ourselves up. Alright, perfect. So, let's talk a little bit of game design specifics here, I guess. Let me see if we're supposed to be crossing the bridge to the north. Oh, she actually does say some stuff to you. That's somewhat useful. Okay. Let's go ahead and save this. Make another little save. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and step on the bridge, and if it's like the original, we should get like a little interlude story thing. Yeah. Almost the exact same screen, actually. Oh, there we go. And so their quest began. As the four warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. They did not even know the true significance of the four crystals they held in their hands. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brilliantly. The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into light. Pretty vague on like who these guys are and where their crystals came from. Were they just like wandering around like, hey, you got a cool crystal? Hey, I got one of those too. Hey, let's walk together. Were they born in Cornelia, maybe? So many questions unanswered. But this is the first Final Fantasy game. I plan on playing the second because I've actually never beaten the second. Hey, there we go. There we go. All right. So let's talk a little bit of design here. Now, when you start the game, you're dropped by a city, and it's pretty much implicitly pointed that you should go into the city or the castle. You get a little bit of information that heroes, need to save the world and all that stuff. And then everybody kind of directs you to the king as you talk to everybody. You can't actually leave this little area until they build that bridge, so you have to do your first quest. This is kind of like a little gated area to keep you on task. Here's how the game is going to work. I want you to go kill this guy or get this thing, and then you got to go do that, and then it unlocks the next area, and you're going to kind of see that progression happen over and over again. The very first game, they were very light on details as to like what you needed to do. Like right now, they just said go north. You had one guy in the city talk about pirates in Provoca, which is where we're going to go, by the way. But that's it. That's all you got. So pretty vague, but it is like the very first game. They focused really hard on story in the second game. And Dragon Quest was kind of similar in a sense. The first Dragon Quest, you were the lone hero, descended of Erdrick or whatever. You need to go rescue the princess and defeat the Dragon Lord. And then you just go off and try to figure out which direction that is and get there. But as the games got a little older, people got a little more experienced, they started adding more story, more events, more things. And you see like that truly shine when we get to like the Super Nintendo. But I think that's a good stopping point here for now. I probably will, off camera, run up to the shrine and gain a level or two and check to see if there's one more chest up there, I think. And then we'll resume back in the next video. But that is the beginning of Final Fantasy 1. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. If not, well, there are other videos online. If so, leave me a comment, ask questions, whatever you want. And I'll see you the next time, in the next game.